Hello and welcome to English Capsules. Today's capsule, me cortaron las piernas. Get your coffee ready and let's get started.
Hello, one more time. Welcome back. So here we are with our part 2 of Weird International Days. On our previous episode, we spoke about Weird International Days related to food mainly. But today we decided to focus on sports, particularly soccer. Okay? Why? Because on May the 25th, the International Day of Soccer is celebrated.
It's commemorated because in 2024 marked the 100th anniversary of the first championship ever during the Olympic Games in Paris. So
That's right.
that's why we commemorate it on May the 25th.
It's not we, right? It's like the United Nations decided to recognize this sport globally, right? We were talking at the beginning of why it is commemorated or why it is so important. We have to say that in the case of soccer, this is like a universal language, right? It's a language that everybody speaks, no matter the how old you are, it doesn't matter the gender, because it transcends many boundaries, right?
It's one of the few sports, I believe, that you can play no matter what your income is. So it doesn't matter if you're rich or poor, there's always a way in which you can play football. Like in Argentina, it's very common to play in what is called potreros. Potreros is basically a piece of land, probably with no grass.
Yeah.
And then I remember this very clearly, like my classmates using their sweatshirts in order to make like the goal.
Or a stone or
A
maybe two
bottle.
sticks.
So you can play
Exactly.
basically, the only thing you need is a ball, and it doesn't necessarily need to be a soccer ball. It can be any
Right.
type of ball. So in that sense, it's kind of accessible to everyone. It's not like other sports that require equipment or I don't know, more fancy preparation, let's say. This one, anyone
Exactly.
can play. You can
Yeah.
play barefoot if you want.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly. Um, Something else is that this is something that creates this sense of community and national pride, mainly when we are speaking about the World Cup. You know that this year, 2026, we have the World Cup starting very soon. So it's like everybody is like with this World Cup fever, we could call it, because everybody is a fan of their teams and of their national teams, and they are like speculating who the next winner will be. The last one, well, we have to say it was us, so we're happy.
Particularly, we were talking about that. Like in 2022 was not like one of the most wonderful years probably for Argentina because like normally economic crisis and all of this.
Mhm.
But suddenly we were champions for Christmas.
Exactly. It was for Christmas. For many of us, it was the first time in history because, for example, um, when Argentina won the last World Cup, we were babies, right? Uh, but now we were adults. I could see my family, everybody was crying. My children were happy, they were crying. My husband was crying. My sisters, everybody was crying. Like, wow, this is the World Cup. And it was impossible not to cry because, I mean, I am not a soccer fan, but it was like, I don't know, this emotion, this excitement, this everything that yeah, okay, we are the champions. And for us, this was the first championship that we could celebrate in summer because usually, as every single year, the World Cup is held in winter. So you go to, I know, we go out to the streets to celebrate every match that Argentina wins, but everybody's wearing these big jackets, scarves, gloves, and this was a party. This was like shorts and t-shirts, and it was really magical. It
That
felt
was how
special.
you lived it in Argentina. Here
Yes,
we
of
were in
course.
winter.
But well,
For
it was
me, the last
unique.
World Cup is very special. Mainly, there are two reasons, and this is related to what happened during the last World Cup, Elijo Creer.
Yes,
So,
exactly.
my husband was born in 86, the
Okay.
last championship. My son was born during the World Cup 2022. And
Mm-hmm.
the only match that Argentina lost during that World Cup was the one before my son was born. Since he was
Mm-hmm.
born, they won everything. So it's like El Hijo Creer, definitely, because like both of them
Definitely.
were born in a World Cup year. And on top of that, it was very weird because like we had a brand new baby in the house. So it's not like you can go screaming and letting it out.
Yes,
It was impossible because Mateo was a little baby.
yes,
So, and this year is also going to be special because it's going to be the first time that he
the
can
first.
basically see the World Cup.
And maybe he can remember because of his age.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was very special. And then now that we are mentioning these things, we have something that I don't know if they do it in other countries. I believe they do. We have like lucky charms, the Kabbalahs, the so famous Kabbalahs, right? And so every time we were watching a match, we were sitting in the same
Same seats.
positions, the same seats in the table, eating the same things. Like so, for the Argentinians, this is very special. Like to have to pay attention to these details because every single little detail counts to win the game. So something that is also related to sports is fair play, which is also commemorated in May, right?
Particularly the day that we are recording this episode. Today, May 19th, is the Fair
Right.
Play Day.
Mhm.
So, if you don't
Also
mind,
established by the United Nations.
I'm going to read like a brief sentence that we chose from the UN website
Mhm.
that kind of summarizes why this day is commemorated. So, by embracing the principles of fair play, adherence to rules, respect for opponents, and the fight against violence and doping, everyone benefits. So, the goal is to make
Yeah.
sports, not just football, sports in
Mhm.
general,
Mhm.
a healthy thing.
And to promote these values not only in sports but also in our everyday life. I mean, it's a good thing. I think it's this one is a good day to keep in mind.
So that's why we chose that name for our episode, because that kind of summarizes both things, fair play,
Mhm.
but also football. So you can drop a comment and you can tell us why we chose this name for our episode. We read you
Uh,
here in wherever you're listening to us or in our Instagram account, The English Capsules.